mixed
What
Old
is
Bay.
going on, dudes? I'm TheeRealDuke. Welcome to 3 Block Challenge judging for 3 Block Challenge number 4 here in Build Challenge Season number 4 on the Infinite Heights Minecraft server. How you guys doing? What's up, dudes? Checking us out on the live stream. Hey, to everyone checking us out after the fact on the YouTubes. Thanks for checking it out. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy. I got some special guest judges with me today. Number 1 Slug, Drunk Slugs. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
We got Adrian, what are you supposed to be, Adrian, with your little blue earrings?
I'm an elf.
Okay.
A fairy.
Hi.
Hey guys.
Hey, guys. And then we have, of course, the always odorous Slick77. What's up, Slick?
Hello.
All right, so we're going to do some judging here. If you don't know what the 3 Block Challenge is and you are doing this for the first time or seeing this for the first time, you have a plot that is 13 by 13 by 13, and you can use the 3 blocks I showed you at the beginning of the stream to build whatever you like. You may also use up to 5 torches and up to 3 signs, but nothing else. You build the coolest thing you can, and then we come along and we judge the builds. We hand out prizes for the most unexpected and awesome builds we see. I think that's pretty much it. There's player choice awards being handed out also. I'm going to have the voting up for you guys a little bit later. It's going to be on the right-hand side of the screen. Go to, if you are checking us out on the stream, you haven't already, go to /BCW on the Infinite Heights Minecraft server. Play at InfiniteHeightsMC.com. Just do the thing. Fly around, pick out your favorite build, and give them a vote. Earn them some cool loot. I think that's it. Yes.
Yep.
We have gotten some comments from dudes checking out the stream in the past that either are in a different crazy time zone or just can't hang out for the whole stream, and they were a little concerned if they're towards the end of the judging that the judging runs a little long. So we're not going to try and rush too quickly through. We're going to try and give everybody a fair shake as we go through the judging. We are going to try and make it a little bit more expeditious this time through. And then if we do go too fast or you feel you have any questions or anything, you can always send me a message on the forums or catch me in game. I'd be happy to talk with you mano a mano about the build. So don't worry about it. Ready to rock and roll, dudes? Dudes.
Yep.
Awesome. So we got plot number 1, numero uno, set of CBs. Looks like a Cardinal. Kissy Giggles, 555, Weep Lane, Derp, California, A4739er.
That's where she lives.
Yeah.
Love letter?
It's probably a notice.
Sweet nothings.
Probably sweet nothings.
Evicted.
Yeah, probably an eviction notice or a dirt notice. Incoming
Dirt.
Incoming dirt noted. I'm digging how Sieves used. I mean, first of all, there's a lot of expression and a lot of motion and movement in the design of the bird with the wings flapping. Looks like there's some chaos, maybe some ruffled feathers flying around, little bits of down, and then switching up the blocks for different purposes. Like there's some color changes. Like we have the little stairs underneath here for the feet and also for the little beak. Digging it. Definitely digging it.
I like how she thought ahead and put bird droppings down here because everybody poops.
Yeah, I think those are
letters, buddy.
those more letters.
More eviction notices. One's for Adrian, I'm sure.
Oh,
Dropping eviction notices.
Bring in heat.
Adrian, go.
I like I know it's really subtle, but the details in the letter, it really captures, like, I can definitely see a clear letter,
Agreed.
with like little the wax stamp and then the fold. Really nice.
Ooh, like Dracula style.
Dracula style
There we
letter.
go.
Awesome. Again, we're not trying to rush, but we are going to keep it moving. An excellent build, Siebes. Well done,
Good
girl.
job.
Plot number 2. Kroruk. The nearly deserted beach by Kroruk. 2009. With summer ending and school starting, we all wish we could be like this person. View at night /night. So I was right. This is a little mushroom man's over in the corner.
Ooh.
Just make sure.
No,
Hold
Mushroom
me.
Kingdom had a beach.
Beach bum. It does, and this is the you get a job. You get a job. This is the bum that works there. It was a mushroom
What
man.
happened to your face, drunk?
Ouch.
Like the little parts of this, like slug, antennas, and shit are gone.
No, they're not. What happened to your face, Slick? You don't
On
talk
to the
about his
judging.
face like that. Yikes.
Yeah.
All right,
The
so
difference is you were born with that face.
who hasn't had a fantasy about just giving it all up and living like a dirty Hawaiian on the beach their whole life?
Fantasy.
I don't know, drunk. How was it like?
Turn my dreams into reality, boys.
How dirty are you, drunk? I'm digging I'm digging the sun up in the sky. It's kind of a stylized, almost like a southwestern theme kind of jam happening up in the sky. There's this cool little fire pit here with some lounge seating. We got Captain Mush Mush over here, is what I've named him, the Mushroom Beach Bum. And I am envious of him. What do you guys think?
I like how there's a lot going on, and that she, I think it's a he. I'm not sure, but
No, it's a she.
She.
it's a she.
Yep.
Well, she used like the blocks in
Confirmed.
so many ways. She got the sun, the umbrella, the sand dunes, and the table and chairs. Got a lot going on.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
Agreed. Slick.
I liked how the mushroom man. Hey,
Drunk.
Yeah, it's a nice little scene right here. Real peaceful and calming. She nailed it.
Definitely relax and well done. Kroruk. She prefers it to be pronounced Crorlc 2009, and I refuse because I think Kroruk is funny. Plot 3, Outcast Enderman, aka Audi the Withered Rose. Oh, such feels. Despite
Disky's
months
mad
of
somewhere.
drought, this rose still keeps its beautiful form. Outcast. I don't know
Did you
why.
spell that out?
M-E-R, N-E-R, I recognize are not letters. I like how he's weighted, like the visual weight of the composition is primarily above the horizon line, which gives it a monumental feel. So the middle, the horizon line, I'm assuming is halfway up the vertical level, so like maybe 5-6 blocks towards the middle, and there's a lot of weight above that, and so that kind of makes it feel like it's a huge monument or a sculpture. It's a very good use of scale that he's got here, and then we see the parts of the petals and the leaves and stuff falling off, and like maybe this is like a broken flower pot here. What do you guys think, Adrian?
Yeah.
Ah.
Being from California, and Outcast Andy's from California too, so I think he's referring to that. And we're in a really bad drought right now.
Yeah.
And I really like the withered off little buds, and like you said, the cracked pot looks really good.
Slugsby.
I like the bloom of the rose. Stand strong.
It is beautiful. Beautiful. What do you think, Slick?
I like how the rose isn't spiraling in like it would on a normal rose. Instead of it's poking out and up like it's trying to fend off a predator, I guess, looking like a thorn.
Cool. You know, I've seen Outcast put together some sweet builds. There's always some kind of cool element of this kind of dynamism, or like a amount of dynamicness, if dynamism doesn't make sense to you. This push and pull between different elements. And so the last one, he had a woolly mammoth mother and child kind of like reaching for each other, and there's this tension in that kind of scene. And then we have this like this rose kind of struggling to move up against the weather and nature, and just kind of just struggling to stay alive. Just a lot of cool tension from the stuff Outcast builds. Very cool. Another good example of it. Audi, well done, buddy.
Good job,
GG.
Abby.
Plot number 4, Thunder Slug. Ugly sandstone serpent, slick spirit animal, has been banished to the underworld, cowering from the beautiful eggplant princess. He longs for vengeance. Vengeance.
Eggplant.
I gotta say that I've seen a ton of nasty looking lizards, snakes, reptiles, fantastical and real, This is one of the angriest, most badass beak-looking dragon faces we have ever seen in a 3-block challenge. Hands down. Got the cave kind of coming in here. I don't know if it's spraying blood out of its mouth or these are particles of fire, and I don't care because this is incredible, Slugs. This is my favorite build I think that you've ever done. I think.
Oh, thanks. How would you have changed the back?
The back,
I was struggling.
Well, I would have taken it to this row. You had an extra row here. And then I would have just kind of figured out a good spot to plug a neck into the back of this. There's not much room, so there's not much of it you could have done. You would have just been able to just imply a neck and the rest of the body. I think, actually, the way you kind of smoothed it off in the back here gives it some kind of ghostly... It might even be a floating dragon head, which is totally awesome and fine. I'm not bothered by the fact that you cut it off there for a single second, because the composition is cool from every direction that you look at it from, in my opinion.
Sweet.
What do you think, Slick?
I like how this 4 block of fire right here is just bubbling in its mouth, waiting to come out like the rest of the flame.
Yep. Sense of tension in there, like it's about to blow again. What do you think, Eddie baby?
I'm just kidding. No, for real, this is probably the best build or best 3VC I've seen Drunk do. This is really nice. All the detail and movement in the piece looks really good.
It looks to me like, Slugs, you got into a zone with this thing, and
I did. And if I cared about Adrian's opinion, I'd be appreciative of it.
Same. Well done, Slugs. You should be proud of that, man. Plot number 5, Ellie. This is Elworth. I ain't lying when I say I love lions.
Ooh.
Giggity giggity goo. Pun.
What's with all the puns lately?
I don't know, they're terrible.
Not just at BBC, but like on TeamSpeak and stuff.
So, I am totally digging the amount of detail that Elworth put into this main using the bricks and contrasting them against the red wool. I'm digging the ears, though I would have personally liked to have seen the ears separated from the back or from the side of the head, because they kind of plug in and become one with it. And I also feel like lion ears are set further back on the head, and ears up front like this are what you would make for a teddy bear. So I can't escape a teddy bear quality from this, but if it's a teddy bear or a lion, doesn't matter to me, because there's a large amount of detail that went into this. There's a large amount of thought that went into how these things were going to be placed. Everywhere you look is a conscious decision that was made. And I just really appreciate this beyond if it's a lion or a donkey or whatever it is. It's awesome. Very well done. What do you think, Slick? Does this resemble some fantastical creature that you know of?
Yeah, lion is pretty cool. I think my favorite part is the eyes.
The darkness in the eyes.
What, a light glitch?
Yeah. Yeah, because the light's trying to come through between a half slab and there. Like if you put a torch in there, I don't think it would do anything. See if I can even get one to stick in there. Then just jam one in. Can't even. What do you think, Adrian?
Definitely nice. Like you said, I'm getting that teddy bear head look, building one of the ears, and you can see all the time that she put into this.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Really nice.
Slugsby.
Yeah, I like how she mixes up the blocks to make this too.
Just to add a little bit interest, like the bricks are reddish, and you're talking about how she just kind of mixes them in a little bit here and there to do some edge smoothing in the main and stuff like that. Like those red teeth. Dig it. Very, very talented builder is Elworth. Why we don't see her building more and more of these build challenges, I don't know. But do more, please. Awards.
She doesn't like to win.
I guess not. So we got plot number 6. Well done, Elworth. Genuinely. Plot number 6. Colin. Good news on the Dalai Lama said that on my day of my death I will receive complete consciousness.
He tweeted that to me.
Caddyshack. So normally I feel like, okay, first I feel like Slicks is gonna love this. But
Dang it.
yeah. So a couple things. Normally symmetrical builds are less interesting to us, not because that's the kind of thing a symmetrical build is. Just not because they built anything wrong. It's just the choice to make a symmetrical build is often less entertaining than a tree monster or a lion head, for example, or a ghost dragon sandstone skeleton skull head thing. But this has a huge amount of detail and a lot of very careful choices going into it that makes it and maintains, it's so detailed that I'm entertained enough going around it by marveling at the amount of detail. The only gripe I have about it, other than it being symmetrical, which is only a small gripe, is the block ratio. And then we'll go to Slicks here. Slicks, too much sandstone for me, but just enough for you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Tell us how much you love this.
I think the only thing that would actually make this better is if the wool on the inside was lava. Only way I think this could be. Sandstone's yellow.
Yes, it is.
No possible other way to make this better for Slicks legally in the build challenge world. Adrian, what do you think?
I think it's a little heavy on the sandstone personally because I don't know.
No, you're allowed to say you don't like the sandstone block.
I
That's
don't
okay.
like the sandstone
That's
block.
not the builder's fault. That's my fault, and you can eat it according to me.
Oh, Duke, I hate you.
I know, baby cakes.
No, but for real, I like the design in this building. It really gets that desert like monk or desert like I don't know desert like Aztec feel, I suppose.
Cool. Yeah, I agree, and I think if there's like these the walls on the outside with like the circle in the middle and like the T at the top and the bottom, it has like a symbol, like an alphabet type vibe to it, language kind of thing to it. Digging it. Slugs, are you getting lost in these details or what?
Yeah, well, Agent may not like sandstone, but I don't like Slicks.
Fair point. Brings up a fair point. I think that is a good takeaway for this build. Remember, Colin, when you see Colin's build, remember, Slugs doesn't like Slicks.
Good job, Colin.
Good
I
job,
was trying
Colin. That is a solid build.
subtly say it. Subtly hint that.
What you say?
Sudsy. Slot number 7. Oh, what you say?
Wow, that worked out perfectly.
This is Trex Tex. He gets that joke. Maybe nobody else does. Don't care. Oh, that's a good one. Night Moody, please. Chinese New Year lantern. Another lantern. Okay. So he did a lantern last time. He won some cash. He won some Scott Owl out of the deal, some cabbage, and he thinks he's good at lanterns now. So I can't compare this to his last one. If I were to do that, though, here's the 11 things I think is better. No, I can't do that. We're talking about the things we see in front of us, not comparing them to other builds. And so I would like to see something happen with the space at the bottom and the space at the top. Now, I understand that this does look like a Chinese lantern. I am very confident that this is what one looks like because I have seen them before. I think many people have seen them. First of all, it's a symmetrical build that doesn't have as much detail into either the overall shape of it or within that shape, tiny little details that kind of keep us looking and peering in for more. So it's hard not to think about it in the context of his last build because there was a crazy amount of detail in it, and he was very right to win the Player Choice Award for that. But if we think about another symmetrical build like the one that we just saw from Colin, Colin's got a little bit more detail throughout his and a little bit more kind of activity with that detail. What do you guys think? Slicks, Slicks
If
baby.
he's gonna make a huge lantern, I want to see a bunch of light glitches.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea and a good point. If we're going to talk about light, and the point is going to be light, show us what you can do with different light glitches. Fair point. Good job, Slick. Adrian? What you say about this Chinese lantern?
I didn't get lantern or Chinese lantern when I first saw it. I felt like it was like one of those like ships from Star Wars.
A TIE fighter without the wings on it?
Yeah. The bad guy ones.
Yes, the bad guy ones.
Yeah,
If Sarah CB's watching right now, she's having an aneurysm that we're not saying the correct name of the ships.
Yeah, and then the good guy, the son of the bad guy, destroys this.
Oh, I think his name is Kirk, right? James T. Kirk. I'm pretty sure they shoot a Klingon.
Oh yeah, and then they all like at the end of the movie, they're just like live long and prosper.
Oh.
But yeah. Now that I know it's a Chinese lantern, I hate it. I'm just kidding.
My. You hate it because it's Chinese, you racist? We don't tolerate that in the judging. Final thoughts, Adrian.
I build Asian structures. This is pretty cool. I'll definitely steal this design. Maybe someday, probably not.
You are a thief, Slugsby.
I'm gonna have to agree with Adrian. I hate Trex because he's Asian too.
Well done. Moving on. Eat it, Trex. Plot number 8. Hydrogen star. I always say hydrogen.
Oof.
Do you guys see any signs?
You know what I think this is? Have any of you seen Pokemon the first movie?
Yes, I have.
Yes, Pokemon the first movie, and when Mewtwo comes down on the epic stairs, and like when you first get to meet him, I think he kills someone on the stairs anyway. He like jumps down the middle of it, and he's like, and he's like, oh, I'm not a human, I am Pokemon, or something like that. And yes, he's French, but yeah, that's what I'm getting from this.
Mewtwo is French?
I don't remember
Sorry
too
to all
much
the
from
French
that, but I
people
understand.
watching.
If Mewtwo is French, I'm killing that slime. Chocolate bunny.
Anybody else? What it's looking like to me is a snake-like thing. Because I keep seeing faces over on this side.
Ooh.
Or it could be a snake-like thing. I'm still going with Pokemon the first movie.
Okay, Pokemon the first movie. I mean, okay, first of all...
His name's a Pokemon, right?
Yes, Hydreigon is a Pokemon. We talked about it, I think, last time.
What? It is? Is it new gen?
It's,
Gross.
It's a dragon type. I think Earth Dragon. I think it's the first Earth Dragon. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, the composition is cool. The way this path/tail thing kind of comes up here I don't even need to know what it is because it's cool. The composition of that adds kind of a little bit of action, which is cool. These red things just kind of create like a different sense of motion because they're floating in space. They're not connected to anything. They're touching some things. And then the beams kind of come down through this thing. I wish I knew what this was. It's built in such a way that it looks like it is functioning in some way. And I think it's awesome. Looks like it's collecting energy or something. You see some kind of energy collection, Slick? You always see some kind of weird contraption and stuff.
I see raining fire.
Fire rain. Okay.
Settle down, Adele.
Trex is saying Hydreigon is a dark dragon.
I really want to sing that song.
Okay.
But I don't know all the lyrics to it.
This
Even better.
This is a cool concept, Hydreigon. I wish there was a sign to tell us exactly what we were looking at. But the composition is awesome. I think block ratios are solid too. Well done, buddy. Well done. Plot number 9 or 1 letter shore. Nobody knows if this is a burial ground or a giant corpse, but the real question is if there was even a giant around to die to make this horror site. Gross. This reminds me of something we did recently, Adrian.
Yeah.
On
Make love in a graveyard?
on Craftage,
Yep.
which I didn't
Really
get to
cute.
show anybody yet, but it looks cool.
No one's seen that spawn?
No,
You guys didn't use it?
not yet. Well, I mean, we used it, but I didn't edit any of that footage yet.
Ah.
I think this is awesome. This definitely looks corpse-like to me. The way the, excuse me, the way the wool and the brick stairs are kind of mixed together here, it gives it kind of like this gory kind of guts kind of feel. There's like these bones, definitely look like bones. I mean, that looks like a skull. It looks gross and awesome, and I'm digging it. What do you think, Slick?
Oh man, this looks like it should be a major boss battle in Dark Souls.
All right, moving on.
Giant head. What do you think, Slug?
I like this rib cage.
Ribcage is sweet. The sternum kind of poking out here. I like how it's like broken a little bit here too.
What's most impressive about this is that when we did it, we used stairs and a lot of other blocks. You know, we used like 3 other blocks.
Yep.
To get that bone look, but he only used the slabs, and he got a really nice bone look and really captured the ribcage.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty interstellar job on the bones that we made. So I feel qualified in saying that I know what cool looking bones look like, and these bones are cool looking.
Yep.
For sure. Well done, One Letter Shore. And plot number 10, Vrips.
Wow, that was
Hate
really
it.
hot.
A tree in the late autumn season, ready to lose all of its colored leaves and wait for the winter to come. My favorite season because I love all the colors of the leaves. Makes me want to sing that Pocahontas song, The Colors of the Wind.
Oh, is that the one that's hold on, I'm trying to think. I'll go back to you.
I hated Pocahontas.
That's racist.
Whole movie, not just the character.
Not just the character. Mel Gibson, the voice of John Smith in that movie, little known fact. I like the use of the bricks as this kind of trunk thing happening here. And I like how active the positioning of the branches make this thing feel. There's like leaves up top and then leaves at the bottom. The one thing I'd like to see is leaves in like mid-fall happening. Like just like a leaf floating in space kind of a thing. Maybe that would make it too busy, maybe not. I think I'd like to at least see 1 or 2. What do you guys think?
I like how the tree's just completely random with all block pavement. But then you look at the leaf-littered ground and I see organization.
Mm-hmm.
I think that throws off a lot of what he tried to accomplish.
What do you
I
think?
don't see organization in the leaves.
Adrian,
I don't see organization in the leaves.
I kind
At the
of
bottom.
I see a little bit of patterning happening here and there. What do you think overall?
Overall, it's really solid. I really like how he used every block. Like the red wool is the dying leaf. The sandstone is also another dying leaf, I'm guessing, and then the brick is the trunk. Really cool.
How you feeling about all these crazy colors, Slug?
I hate slicks more than I hate reps. I hate reps more than I hate Trex Tex.
Oh, wow. Still a lot of hatred to be taken away from this tree build.
I'm under Trex, really.
Really? Really? How many builders do we have this 3BC?
I don't know. Let's check.
I shall check.
One's not here.
Well, there's a couple either incomplete or not done.
26.
Okay, so we stopped at 26, almost a record.
What's the record? 28?
27.
Ooh.
Oh, the captain.
Lovely Danny Dahl and plot number 11 reps. That is an awesome build, a solid job. A lot of the dudes,
Yeah, I love it.
A lot of the dudes in chat on the stream are digging it and singing their praises. I fortunately could not care less what those jerks. No, I'm joking. Plot. Hey guys. Plot number 11, lovely Danny Doll, and moving on to plot number 12, Avalanche 131. Lovely
Beautiful
Danny
house.
Doll went with Lovely Danny Doll has won a 3BC with an abstract build, the first I think ever to do that. Well done to her for that. So she went abstract route again. A cool design, a very intricate design. Two big problems for me here with this though, and I'll let you guys kind of take it from here. Number one, there's a huge amount of empty space in the middle here, which I think she started this and didn't come back on. And number two, the block ratio is way off. There's like 15 pieces of red wool in this, which is not quite enough. What do you guys think?
It's interesting. I think this is the first time we've ever seen just like lines and like the moving lines.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called in art, but
Lines.
But yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that thing.
What do you think, Slick?
I would have. Okay, fine.
You're done,
Every-
Adrian.
Just keep the apron.
Every abstract build I can think of, I've seen 3. They're always symmetrical.
Uh-huh.
Is that like a thing for it?
No, I just think when people build symmetric things, it's because they don't build a thing we can recognize, and so it just tends towards abstraction that way, not as a function of abstract. Abstract stuff can be absolutely asymmetrical.
I really like this, but I can't pinpoint why I like it.
I know why you like it, because it looks like there's some kind of weird ceremonial thing that could happen in the middle there in that empty space where she should have put something. But you didn't, Danny. You didn't. You didn't put anything there at all. Slugs, you having fun parkouring around it?
I'm so bad at parkour. I'm seeing a lot of like death in this though. Like, is it like saw blades or something? There's teeth on them.
Dude, are you in the zone right now?
Perhaps. But she has school. She's kind of whipping her plums right now.
Oof. Not my favorite place for whipping. All right, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say next time she'll do better. Danny, come on. Come on now, Danny. Plot number 12, Avalanche 131. An awesome little house here. Seeing a sweet little hut. We got some beds. If you guys want to join me, there's plenty of room on this one. Over here.
Take this in the corner.
Yeah, you stay over there.
Let's
Slick.
get in the corner.
Or,
Let's get in the corner.
or shower
Go in the
this
corner,
week. Either. Pick it. Your choice.
Can't afford water.
Awesome. I mean, it's a cool house. I definitely think brick is a good choice for making a house. I think this space is big enough for us maybe to have 2 floors Avalanche. So like maybe, if you're trying to score a couple more points, a couple of things, maybe some windows in the house would be cool to see. Maybe some stairs up to a second floor with some more beds. Or maybe put all the beds up on the second floor and give us a library, kitchen, something down here. I don't know. A couple of thoughts. Slick, what do you think? How would you do the house,
I was
Slick?
thinking... Oh, how do I do it? Well, I wouldn't have a closed-off roof. I was
Okay.
going to make this... So I'd put like a big fire pit in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Decorate with some chairs, some tables, a bed in the corner. And I tried to come up with... Well, I'm not a big fan of bricks, so I probably wouldn't use them.
What'd you do to this, Adrian? What do you think?
I think it just... a part of me makes it feel like it's incomplete, but I don't know. I feel like the walls... yeah, more details into the walls. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
And maybe bump it in one to give it some breathing room, but I think using all the space was good.
How you feeling about this, Slug? Sleepy?
I like it. Maybe slightly more detail.
General consensus, dudes, looking for just a little bit more detail. Good idea, definitely recognizing the
off to
potential.
a great start.
Yep, recognizing the potential of the blocks, setting up the beds inside, on the right track. Where to go? Next time, Avalanche, join us again. Please, please, please keep building. Plot number 13, Dext Killer. Nobody knew what malefic forces the Ember Stone would unleash, but as its red daggers drew the ruby blood from my palm, a vast power flooded into me. It flooded into my night and into my moody. Those aren't things, but holy crap, is this incredible. You see, like, the pommel of the dagger plunging into the hand, coming out the bottom. Blood. The hand is rendered beautifully. You can see the tongues of fire kind of coming up from each fingertip. Very cool. Awesome. You got the flames as energy. You got the brick as flames and energy with a little bit of red wool on to separate them from the blood everywhere. Very, very violent, but a lot of action. A lot of movement here. Very cool. Very, very cool. Great hand. Hands are difficult to do, and this is a great one. Especially given the space. What do you think, Slug? You seeing this?
Totally. Making a hand is hard to do as well.
There was anime I watched a long time ago. This reminds me exactly of it. It was badass anime to watch.
What else happened in it?
The whole point of it was basically you had to use your blood as a type of weapon, and each person had their own way of using their blood, and they couldn't. But it was based all around on the prison. Trying to find what it is. Dead Man Wonderland.
Dead Man Wonderland. Oh, that was on. They actually ran that on Adult Swim about the prison.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. That was cool. Very cool. Adrian, what do you think? How you feel about this gore?
Liking I get like this. You don't play League, but there's this character named Vladimir, who is the necromancer, and he transfuses your blood. He like uses his own blood as a weapon, and yeah, I get this feel from him, like the blood is circling around him all the time and stuff. I got that real nice. He really captured the hand. He got a lot of good, really nice hand, and yeah.
What do you do in League again?
Masturbate.
Swear, scream a lot. Another outstanding build from Dext Killer.
No, I was waiting for them to pause the freaking thing.
Erfabert, is this Infinite?
That's Infinite.
I don't know who this is. Okay, Infinite. This is Infinite 2015. 15, if there it is. It says it right there. Language optional, pirate speak. 15 Infinite 2015 has released Kraken. I refuse to do pirate speak. Brightness moody night. Render distance 2 chunks. Alright, I'm gonna set this freaking render distance. I don't feel like it. Too tiny. Okay. Setting it to 2 chunks does not make a huge difference for me. I mean, there's like the grayish, bluish color in the background, which is kind of cool. I'm mostly just loving the expressiveness of the tentacles and the little bits of sandstone. Little bits of sandstone that he has, like they're suckers.
Yeah, suckers, or that it's still moist from coming out of the water. Or
Yep,
AKA sand.
maybe drips or something too. Very cool.
Yeah. I feel it's really wool heavy though.
That's a good point. I see that also. It's a little bit less brick in it, I think is the missing one. What do you think, Slug?
Yeah, I agree. I like those tentacles. I'm assuming they're tentacles. That's what shines for me.
Octopus and squid
I mean,
have
not
like
suction cups.
octopus and squid always have like a lot of dots in them to activate their camouflage. Why not use a bunch of bricks and weird shapes where you get also that light glitch between the small. I don't know how to explain what I'm meaning.
You're saying you could use, instead of just reserving for the brick, instead of reserving the bricks for the kind of face at the front of the head here, you're saying make it primarily out of the bricks so that you can create like he did right here. He created used a little lighting glitch right there for the eyes.
Yeah,
Just
but I mean like
use that
all
to make the
around.
little bumps and stuff on it. All right. All right. I mean, this is awesome, though. This is definitely awesome. It is fun to just come around and see which kind of crazy, curly, squirrely ways the tentacles are going to go. Freaking awesome. Well done, Infinite. Another solid build from Infinite. I wish he did more build challenges, but he got his internet back, so we'll be seeing more from him. Plot 15, Kirsey, and we are past the halfway point here. Let's just finish up Kissies, and then we'll move on to part number 2. Please, Mr. Postman, look and see if there's a letter in your bag for me. Please, please, Mr. Postman, look and see if there's a letter for me. Slugs, if you could sing this in a piercing falsetto.
I got this. I got this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we deserve the best. Go ahead.
Okay.
Please, Mr. Postman, look at I don't know. I've never heard this song.
Please,
Whitney
Mr.
Houston did.
Postman. You were right on it, though. That sounded exactly.
Alright, go, Drunk. You sing. I've never. Please,
You
Mr.
ruined
Drunk
it.
Slug. Sing the song for me.
All right. Here's
Please,
what I
Mr.
think.
Drunk
Here's
Slug.
one of the things I think is awesome. You have a Sarah team up. This is the first time we have had in the 3 Block Challenge 2 builds that actually reference each other, which is cool. If you remember CBs from plot number 1, the birdie mailing the letter, and here's the mailbox waiting for the letter. I think Kissy's. I think that's just a cool idea. I think Kissy's done more complex, more intricate builds, like she did like that Earth Elven Queen floating like crown type thing couple back, which was awesome, very highly detailed, very kind of out there and cool. This is a little bit more of a simpler style from her, but Kissy girl, this is using your noodle to make a cool thing. I totally dig it. Totally. Totes my goats.
You can go inside.
I want to get in there. Not.
Yeah, both a good thing and a bad thing. I think she could have pushed us back or that empty space to build something, but I wouldn't know what to build in that empty space.
Yep. Yeah, I
A
think
letter?
a letter. This could be full of letters. Maybe some letters or some feathers around on the ground, as
Ooh.
if the bird had already delivered a few. Maybe. Love this idea, though. This concept is really fun, and I think it's totally cool that they worked to kind of create this kind of thing that references other builds. Very sweet. Very sweet. Well done, Kissy. So that is it, dudes, for part number 1. We're going to be back with part number 2 of the judging in just a second. Thank you guys so much for checking it out on the live stream. I hope you guys are having fun watching us do the judging. We're having fun bringing it to you guys. If you're checking this out after the fact on the YouTubes, thanks for watching. Check out part number 2. It's coming up. Link is in the description. And again, to all the dudes hanging out with us, stick around. Player Choice Award, don't forget, number 1 and number 2. We'll be right back. Thanks again for watching, dudes. Be back in 1 second.